Dude, I could have lit up a city. Like, really, the gas. He made a joke about Puerto Rico. I didn't get the joke. And I had to look it up for myself, and I finally did. When Trump wins, they're gonna riot. I don't know if you heard what else is going on, but North Korea sent troops to Russia. You know, fuck NATO. But what other NATO country? We're NATO. They're not saying shit. It's all on us. And our guy's out to fucking lunch, man. Israel is actually, they've been brilliant at conducting the war, and I don't give a shit what anybody thinks about me saying that. They've been brilliant. Doesn't end well unless it ends. They never believe me. I would never drop the ball. I know I'm just report the fucking with the defense. I don't care what a critic got to say. I got them picking up the pieces. That mean you really playing with your life. I'm about to come and run it all back. I'm the new era about to snap back. Whoop whoop. Yes, yes, yes. You are all back. This is the Outlaw Apostle Podcast. I am your host, Troy Neff. I'm the fucking guy, and we are ready to roll today. We got some good stuff today. I've been listening to some really good stuff to share, and if you haven't heard it, you definitely want to check it out. We'll send you there some good stuff. And helping me deliver this message to you today is Chase.
Hello. How you doing today, man?
I'm doing mostly okay.
Mostly okay.
Mostly okay.
Okay.
I got kicked out of the bank today. Yeah. That wire transfer we tried to make, they closed my account because we were trying to send that wire transfer to a Bitcoin account. Because I went to OMB and opened a new account.
Really?
And they said they can't do it either. They have the same problems. Like, it's legal, dude. It's legal.
Yeah,
Bitcoin is legal.
Yeah.
Bitcoin accounts are legal.
And I'm assuming they didn't give you any information.
Of course not.
Yeah.
No.
Lovely.
The one manager, short dude, he tried to help today. Maybe not the head manager, but like somebody else.
David?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
He tried to help. They wouldn't give him any help. And, now I got to change all my accounts over because I got all my drafts coming out of there. Dude, I got 2 loans with Chase Bank.
Yeah.
2 loans.
Thanks.
Dude, I've been like, it's just stupid. Like, it's bad enough we have to deal with these stupid fucking pay apps that want to act like dictators and just, kick people out and,
Decide who we can't do business.
Yeah, what did I do? I put money in your bank and I took it out? Really? That was a bad thing?
Oh, man. Yeah, it's because they don't get to keep your money.
Still.
No, it's like over the years of working at the bank, that's to this day still kind of confuses me.
Dude, it's just that it doesn't make any sense.
No, I agree.
And it doesn't make any sense that they don't have to tell you anything about how they came to any of these conclusions. And it's just real shitty. It's real shitty.
It leaves, even the employees get left
well,
out. Well,
now I get screwed. Now you're going to hold on my money for 7 to 10 days. Now, the thing is, I can afford it.
Yeah.
But what about the person who can't? Okay, that's just not cool.
It ruins people's
lives. And then they sent me to the bank, from making the phone call to wherever. And they say, well, you go in and they'll talk to support and stuff. Okay, well, you're just going to send me on a wild goose chase.
Yeah,
I already knew that. And that's, and that's exactly what happened. I did it, and that's exactly what happened. I should be able to show up, and you should be able to issue me a check.
Yeah.
It's that simple. It's my motherfucking money.
That is the simplest thing I've always said, is it's their money. What do I care what they do with it?
Yeah, it's kind of bullshit. So I'm at OMB now.
I'm sorry to hear that, man. That's to me, like, because again, I work there. I understand how frustrating that is, and I'm sorry about that, man.
Well, I still don't know how I can get money how do I get money if other banks are...
Yeah, I'm going to have to figure that out.
How do we send money to the Bitcoin account?
I will look into it, and I will let you know.
We can't be the only one having these problems, but again...
That's so weird.
It's legal.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the other bank, that's how I figured out what the issue was, is when I was trying to explain to them what I wanted to do too. And he goes, oh, no, you're not... Well, I still need an account, dude, so open me up an account, which they did. But that had to be what triggered it because they were holding it. And I still don't know if I don't think we have to check. I don't know if the wire went through or not.
It did not. I was actually going to talk to you after the show, but
okay.
Now I know why it didn't go through. So I was curious because this morning I woke up and I was like, oh, I'll just give it a few hours. Maybe just like a delay thing.
Yeah, that's just stupid, man.
I'm sorry about that, man. I really am because I know how fucking irritating that shit is. It's like
Yeah.
from being on the other end, I trust me, I know how irritating it is, and man,
That's it. So yeah, we have that going on.
well,
We have that going on.
that should be a little fun little thing to figure out.
So, Friday, since Friday,
Yeah.
I listened to the whole podcast of Trump
The
and
Trump one.
Rogan,
Oh, man.
and it was absolutely good.
If you can't find it, it's on Twitter. just a heads up.
Have they officially hit it on YouTube? Have they taken it off YouTube?
It's censored. It's
Censored. What does that mean? What did they do?
That's the best way to describe it. Like they've made sure there's certain parts that aren't like fully in there, or like certain things are cut out, or blah blah blah.
And people could just go to Spotify and see the whole fucking thing.
Yeah, either that or Joe Rogan actually has it posted on his
Page?
X page. You can see the full episode on X if for some reason YouTube isn't wanting
Dude,
to work with it.
I don't even know how. Based on what?
I kid you not. I feel like if it wasn't anywhere near the election, I don't think he would have the same issue. But
Well, they shouldn't be able to do it because it's near the election.
free speech, or at least that's what we like to think of.
Well,
it.
I don't know if I told you or not, or if it came after. It might have come after that. Did I mention about Trump and The View? Did we do that on the last podcast?
I believe so.
Okay,
where
so
where
we
he
did
got
that
fact
on the last
checked, but
podcast.
he was
Yeah,
actually
okay.
correct. Yeah.
Yeah, so not fact checked, where they just the View
Where they said that he was wrong.
No, they liked him.
that they used to like him.
Yeah,
and
they
that-
used to like
yes,
him in
yes, yeah, okay.
2000,
Gotcha,
like
gotcha,
10
gotcha,
or
gotcha.
12, when he was thinking about running against Obama.
Yeah.
Yeah, they loved him then. I mean,
Yeah.
they didn't like the fact they took issue with him because they, called Trump a birther because he wanted to see the birth certificate. But really, that whole thing was stupid. And what was really stupid about it was not actually taking so long to produce a birth certificate and stuff. That's what was stupid about it. You could just shut people up real quick, right?
Yeah.
Instead, you let it fester, and then what are you going to make people think weird things of you? That was
Because then
kind of
people
dumb.
start like.
Of course,
That's when the people start making stuff up.
that's what they do.
Yeah.
And especially our media. So
Our lovely media we have. No, but it's actually kind of funny the way that even we talked about it last episode where we were saying that even like the main news outlets are no longer becoming like the main source of like news.
no.
Like everything's like podcasts
And
nowadays. or
that
videos
is
like
the
that.
reason given by Jeff Bezos for not for the Washington Post not endorsing Kamala Harris, not endorsing anyone, their editorial board.
I mean, that's how it
And
should be.
that was after the LA Times, and now the USA Today, the same thing.
Yeah, everyone's falling in line.
And the reason is they're finally realizing they don't have credibility anymore. We don't fucking believe you fuckers. We don't believe you're fair down the middle. And so Straight Arrow News.
Straight Arrow.
Straight
News.
Arrow News
Okay.
is a website you can go to. You can download it. You'll see stories on there. And then when you pull up a story, you'll be able to see who's covering that story. Is the news organization on the left? Are they on the right? How many news organizations? So you could see how biased it is or not biased because based on who's covering it.
I like that.
So just go Florida postal worker arrested for dumping ballots in the woods. Go to that one.
Oh, did you see that they're burning up ballots? Oh, where was it in New York? I think.
Well,
it
that
something
was,
like that?
as I heard it, I didn't follow up on it. As I heard it, it was a homeless man who really wanted to go to jail. No, seriously, thought he'd go to jail because, like, you know what I'm saying? Seriously.
Yeah. That's funny. Oh wow.
Yeah, see, it gives you who's covering the story, and then you
Oh.
can click on and see whose story you want to read.
That's
Do you want to
actually-
read the story on the left, or isn't that kind of cool?
That is a very amazing. Thank you for
And you
sharing
get,
that.
you get a little snapshot
Oh.
of, on the left from Straight Arrow News about,
I appreciate
the story
I appreciate
itself.
you sharing that. I
Yeah,
really
thanks.
do. That's really dope.
yeah, this is totally new, or pretty new, I believe. So I just had come across it from somewhere and was like, this is really cool.
No, I really like this.
Yeah.
Because then you not only are you able to see like two different perspectives from the same story, you can obviously like
Well, you should ask yourself if far left, if anybody left of center is covering it, nobody is on the right. I want to know why the right's not covering it.
Gotcha.
And if even if you're a Democrat, you should wonder why am I not hearing this story on MSNBC?
Either that or how I'm hearing this.
Yes, absolutely.
Yep.
We should want to know why we're not hearing this story. Is it a legit story?
I'm actually going to favorite this.
Yeah,
sorry,
that's really cool.
Yeah,
I really like that.
Appreciate
I really do. Yeah, no problem.
Where do you hear about this?
I don't even remember where I heard. Like, dude, I'm taking in so much information. Well,
right
for
now,
one
yeah.
thing, okay. So an update on me.
Okay.
I've gained some weight back. I got to slow the fuck down now. And Dawn and I we started full carnivore yesterday.
Nice. I'm excited.
This is our second day doing carnivore. And I loved carnivore. I felt so good doing it before. Yeah, I cooked us 8 eggs this morning. Wow. And a shit ton of bacon. And basically I do my breakfast a lot like the Europeans do.
Yeah.
So Europeans will do like a lot of like lunch meats, kind of, you know, like so I got, you know, little slices.
Turkey.
No.
Like salami?
Salami stuff.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay,
and
okay,
cheese.
okay,
Gouda cheese.
Gotcha.
You know, that kind of stuff. Good cheeses, you know, to aged cheeses that cost a few bucks. You know, I don't care what it costs. A few. And I cooked the fillets last night for the football game. It was really good. And then we went and had filet medallions at Texas Roadhouse.
Nice.
Too. We've done that. That's our thing. And so I'm like 190.
Right now? 190?
Yeah.
Wow.
And that just shows you how dehydrated I was,
you were like 170, not
168, dude.
Yeah,
At the lowest I weighed was 168. And that was just like
2-3 weeks ago.
Not even that long.
Like holy. Yeah. That bounced back.
Yes. And my appetite is back and everything. You know, I'm feeling a little fuller. And that just, you know, the water getting in your muscles, how important that is for size and stuff too.
Yes, it
so
is.
I'm feeling better.
Hell yeah.
But we're gonna manage this, do it right. My heart rate has been good.
Hell yeah.
She's been checking my pulse. My blood pressure has been in line. Now they have given me something, but I don't really think it's the med for the most part. Gotcha. Really, I'm just at a cool level because I was just at the high end of normal. It wasn't really out of whack.
Gotcha.
So I got a surprising call though yesterday from the doctor's office because they got some of the stuff back from Las Vegas.
Okay.
And so I don't have to do some of the other stuff. The information he wanted to get from some additional tests, he already got. Okay. He was able to glean from that. And basically they want to determine whether or not I had a cardiac arrest.
Yeah.
Okay. And I strongly, and he still thinks it's a possibility, right? Depending on what results we get, because we've scheduled a heart cath in a couple of weeks.
I'm not quite sure what that is.
It's where they stick that up and through your vein and go into your heart and check to see if they're going to they put you out. I think you're going to see if you've got any blockage or anything, or what's going on.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because at one point, you know, how my heart was working was at about half of what it should have been. So that's why they want to check that. And, you know, they put in stents or whatever. They want to fix whatever the issue is and to see if there's any damage or what you really had. And again, I really think it was a result of the COVID because now as I've been finally truly recovering from the COVID, legitimately recovering from the COVID.
You can obviously tell a big difference.
I can tell a huge difference, man. The only thing that still sucks is my sleep sucks. And how about this? And those 2 doctors I talked about, what was it, Callie and Casey?
Okay.
Means when they talked about going to how our medicine works and you're going to 5 different people and
from the podcast.
Yeah, from the podcast that Rogan interviewed.
Yeah.
Dude, so they gave me a couple of things, Ativan and something else to help me sleep when I was at the hospital. So we asked for that. We didn't ask the doctor. We forgot, and we asked them after, and they were going to ask the doctor. It took a week till last Friday to get a message, and the message was no, which was bullshit. And then we talked about it today with him, and he could have prescribed me a couple pills. And it's just bullshit because he should be able to prescribe it.
Yeah.
This is a guy who's a specialist.
That's his
right?
job.
But his specialty is not sleep. So he could get in trouble, because everything is reported. And that's just bullshit, dude. You're telling me, because he goes, you need to get that from your PCP. And I don't have a PCP at this time. And all I wanted, how about you give me something for a bit and then I'll go to a PCP or whatever. But it's just total bullshit, dude. So that's the thing I'm still really struggling with. That obviously can, in somebody who has sleep apnea, which I do, I've been diagnosed 3 times with sleep apnea. So, and I don't wear a mask. Just get the fuck off my back, okay? It just is what it is. That, geez, I just don't sleep well, and that can have an effect on your heart, right? You think, wouldn't you want me to fucking sleep? I'd want to sleep.
You would assume so, right?
You would assume so. So that's really stupid. But overall, energy-wise, my strength is slowly coming back. I'm not at that weakest anymore. So, and I'm just having my shoulder heal a little bit. Working on that with Stretch Lab a couple times a week. So that's all good shit. So we've been, working out because there was no restrictions.
How's the knee been, by the way? Just
my knee doesn't I don't have any where sometimes I would still put it down a couple weeks ago, and or you could maybe come off of a step or something and straighten it too much, and you feel it. I don't really feel anything now. So I wouldn't say it's 100%, but I think I'm over 90% now.
Beautiful.
And I'm still finishing with the peptides that I was using on it. I'd stopped for a minute, but we're back to finishing the peptide, and I got the peptide going into my shoulder, which is BPC-157, which is the best healing peptide, which the government stopped compound pharmacies from making about a year ago, but we don't get ours from there. We get ours from Luxembourg, Germany. So that's where I get the product because the FDA has no jurisdiction.
Good old FDA.
Right. Otherwise, people are stuck getting BPC-157 from non-real pharmacies that they don't know how legit or how good it is, because they just don't, because you just have this gray market bullshit that you don't know that you can trust or not.
Yeah.
And I've seen that's not really something you can get a testing kit for that I've seen. I haven't seen a testing kit for that. So you want to know you have a good legit source for that, which I do, which I'm using for myself.
Hell yeah.
I love it.
Quick question.
We are making progress, and we are making progress because of you. The more you share, the more I know you care. Please share the show.
Quick question before we move on. How long do you plan on doing the carnivore diet for? Because I'm curious on that.
That's a really good question. We just decided to do it.
Yeah.
And we don't really have a time limit on it. And I honestly think, for the most part, the longer the better.
Yeah. No, I agree.
I don't know if it'll be 3 months, 3 years, but the longer
Do you
the
have
better.
a minimum that you'd like to do it for, or
No.
no?
I just know, we're just going with it. We like it and see how long we can maintain it.
Yeah.
I think I did it, I don't know, 4 months last time.
Okay.
So I'd like to do it
little more
longer
than
than
4.
that, because I'm not really just doing it. I'm not I'm doing it to lose. I'm doing it to just feel better.
Yeah.
And because I did feel better. And when I got out of the hospital and was able to start eating and adding things back in. And also I ate a whole pot of chili.
Okay.
Like that. I don't know.
The chili. The
chili I made?
That shit was good.
Okay, dude. I some of y'all helped a little bit,
Uh-huh.
but I probably ate 90% of that pot myself. I was eating 2 to 4 bowls
I mean, that was
a day.
it was chunky chili too.
Yeah,
It wasn't just sauce in there.
Dude, I could have lit up a city. Really, the gas was unfucking believable. It was so bad.
Oh, gotta love that.
But the truth is, the cool thing with the carnivore, when I did carnivore last time, I didn't fart at all. And then instead of shitting every day, multiple times a day, I would have one good shit a day.
That's
Because
all you
your body
need.
says, that's all you need, one good shit a day.
I actually, from like hearing you talk about it over the past few weeks, I actually plan on also doing a full carnivore diet pretty soon. So
now, you can be as strict as you want to be.
yeah,
We're allowing ourselves no more than 20 carbs.
Okay.
Last time I did it, I did 10. And the reason I'm allowing that is, you have 1 carb maybe per ounce of cheese,
Okay.
kind of a thing. And cheese is good because from an animal, right? Anything like we're talking about animal shit here. And so I think cheese is good if you don't have any issues with cheese.
Yeah.
Now, if you have issues with cheese, you need to cut the cheese out too. I don't have lactose. I don't have cheese issues. So, and she likes cheese. Last night we did salad. There was maybe 1 carb in the salad dressing that we had, like per 2 tablespoons.
Gotcha.
And then we had green beans. There's no carbs in that. You know one thing I do like that there's actually carbs in? Onions.
There's carbs in
There's
onions?
carbs in onions.
What?
Yes. I'm telling you, there's carbs in onions. I know this.
That's kind of crazy because I kid you not, grilled onions is like one of my favorite things
Right?
to eat.
So you got to be
10
careful a little
grams.
bit
Oh,
with the
wow.
yeah. You got to be careful with the onion.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But and there's going to be not much, but maybe 2-3 carbs in a protein bar.
Yeah.
And in the lifestyle mix that we do, there's, a couple. So that's where I'm allowing myself because I still want to do my Thrive because it fills my nutritional gaps. You can do the Thrive and the Carnivore. I've done it before, but we're trying to keep it
To a
limited.
minimum, yeah.
Some of the other big name people that have done Carnivore have added back like berries and stuff like that, a little bit of fruit.
That's a hard one for me
And
to give up.
so, yeah,
I
so
love fruit.
I'm doing that. I'm doing, a little bit of strawberry, blueberries or
Gotcha.
whatever with
Okay.
the breakfast, just a small amount.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm allowing, just a tiny amount of carbs
Gotcha.
there. So it's just, I don't have an issue with it. Do you see what I'm saying? And,
Yeah.
and
There's
the
no
way
reason.
I do it, it still works for me.
Yeah, and there's no
So
reason
that's-
to completely exclude it anyways. I mean,
Now,
it's not like you're
if
not.
you don't have to, and if you want to exclude it, exclude it. If you don't have to.
Yeah. If it works
Okay.
for you, it works for you.
Exactly. So there's, people do it different ways, and I tried it once, and I've seen how other people do it, and but our main thing is going to be steak. I got plenty of
Can't be upset
fillets
with
in
that.
there, and cost wise, I don't know if I mentioned this to you before, but like you can get these really pretty reasonable fillets. I think they're either 5 or 6 ounce fillets
Okay.
for like $5 at Fry's.
Fries.
They come packaged.
and they come in 2, right?
I think there's only 1 per thing.
I might be
Seriously,
thinking
one
of something different then.
Yeah,
but I
no,
love
it's just-
fries.
It comes in a thing, and it's like it's good meat. That's probably the only time I get like meat at Fry's for
Okay.
the most part.
Gotcha. Okay.
Otherwise, I get I still got a pretty good freezer amount full of meat
Gotcha.
from Costco, and then we're gonna. Dawn hasn't had skin on chicken in like forever. She's like,
What?
doesn't that have fat? Like, yeah, but
Hell
we're
yeah,
supposed
but
to
it's
have
the
the fat.
best part.
Oh, I can't wait to like grill it up
That
and
is
make
the
it crunchy
best
for her.
part.
Yeah, dude,
Yes.
that's fucking
Hell yeah.
once. Like, because I did that as a kid,
Mhm.
but then as an adult, I was always eating skinless chicken breasts for
I'm
decades.
so sorry.
Oh, I know, man. And then I started, getting thighs and shit.
Oh,
and
the
the fucking
thighs.
skin. Oh my
Yes.
God, this shit's so fucking good, man. Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah, it is. Oh
It's
man,
so good.
Yes, I
So
agree.
good.
100% agree.
And she loves bacon. I like bacon. So we did up the bacon, but we get the bacon at Costco
Yeah.
that's already, pre-cooked so
yeah.
that you could just throw it in the oven. It was perfect this morning. I lay paper towels out to soak it up when I pull it out. Makes it all good. There's no splatter. We put tinfoil over the, the little tray.
Yeah,
So,
to
there's
keep it nice enough.
there's no cleaning of it. You rinse it off,
That's
throw
the
it in
best
the
part. That's the best
right?
part. Not having
It's-
to clean up after bacon. Oh my
No.
god, that's a mess.
Yes,
Anyways,
it's perfect. No, it's perfect. So that's what we're going to do. And like I said, we still went out to eat. We still can go out to eat. I've done that before. You just have to be
a little more careful.
cognizant of what you're doing.
Yeah.
And like on her Caesar salad, she'd kick off the croutons.
Oh, that's a hard thing to do. I can respect that because I love them croutons, man. That's probably one of the best part of a
it's just-
salad.
it's just not worth it. I'd rather have a couple carbs with the berries.
Oh
you
yeah,
know what I'm saying?
No, I agree with that.
But yeah, so we're doing that, and
Yeah.
I think that's gonna help me put on the weight the way that I want to put on the weight, which
Mhm.
is muscle. And it's just, I think it's just a little bit of just filling back out and being fully hydrated again to some extent.
Yes.
You know,
Super
yeah,
important.
especially the way I've been up and down like this. So kind of excited to see kind of where this
I'm excited
goes
for it
and
too.
what we can do with this. Yeah, if she likes it, I like it, and it's kind of cool. I've never done it with somebody else
With
before
someone,
like this.
that's the best part, is you
excited
actually
about
have
doing it.
someone with you to, like,
Yeah,
motivate it and be like, "Oh, no, we're not eating no carbs
it's
today."
neat.
Yeah, no, I respect that. I
Yeah,
like that.
so we're doing that. So I was just telling you how I'm doing, right?
Yeah,
That's what
yeah,
I
yeah,
was
yeah.
doing. So overall, like, I'm feeling really good. I'm back, mentally, not the fatigue. Things are good. And things are so good in a way that that's what, and just getting more days away or getting fully recovered from the COVID
Yeah,
is what makes me think that
it's more
it
of the
had
COVID.
to do with, because when I got out of the hospital, I still felt like, I was still struggling
Yeah,
with the COVID, and I still felt like my heart sometimes. I
something.
still felt something
Yeah,
wasn't good or right.
yeah.
You know what I
I know
mean?
exactly what you mean, yeah.
Now I feel like that's totally gone. Like, it's not going to pop up just out of nowhere
Yeah,
now,
yeah, yeah.
where it felt like it could
Like, it
and
was
did
a
pop up out of nowhere.
sickness, kinda, like, it's now going away, like, you're
And he
not.
said he saw this early. He hasn't seen it really as much with the current strains.
Okay.
But, it hits you however it's going to hit you and how you
I mean,
did
I'm
it. And
pretty
it
sure
did me
to this
because
day
I
we're
know
not
my
fully.
immune system was
Exactly.
weakened because I was going at life 100 miles an hour. And I probably will make that mistake again. But I will
Knowing
try
Troy,
to,
probably, yeah.
but I'm going to try to, with my nutrition stuff, stay as
Yeah.
healthy as I can, because I think that is the number one. That's the number one way to fight COVID or anything else,
Yeah.
is
Stay healthy.
just being as healthy as you can
Agree.
with your diet and with your lifestyle.
I agree.
And continue to do that. And, stuff can still happen like it did to me,
Yeah, well,
but you're not going to die. So you see, I got my USA shirt on. USA. What do people do when Donald Trump is announced at the Alabama football game? They, it was Alabama, Georgia. They chant USA, USA. You need your felon shirt. Only felons. Okay. He's going to put a picture of it over here. He's going to have, like a little email. Okay, if you want to get one. Okay, there's not a lot of time left. We got to make some people. Let's just irritate some people between now and election day, right? It's a cool shirt. It fits good. It's comfortable. You'll really like it. All right. I'm the Outlaw Apostle. I'm Troy Neff. I'm the fucking guy.
exactly. You'll have the ability. Your body will have the ability to
Yes.
fight back.
Yes.
No, I agree.
So I mentioned, listening to the Rogan, my views on Rogan and Trump there were a few times, as many as 4 to 6 times,
Okay.
probably, where Trump probably should have stopped,
Talking.
where Rogan wanted to go in a direction a little
deeper.
bit and let him. And I don't think he didn't do it to avoid it.
No.
That's the difference. You could
No.
tell it wasn't avoided. He was just finishing his thought.
Exactly.
Kind of a thing. And Rogan didn't always push to then get back. Sometimes he did.
Yeah, at
which
the
was
beginning, I
good.
saw he got a little frustrated with.
But he did. It was a good interview.
Oh, I agree.
To hear and understand him as
Person.
a person.
Yeah. No, I agree.
It was very good.
It was.
Now let me contrast that though,
Uh-huh.
because I don't believe now that it's not going to happen. That Kamala Harris is going to. They had talks, and that's not really going to happen at this point.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
if it's gonna come.
I didn't know, and I've seen and they're so stupid, dude. They're not handling this shit well. Her campaign staff. I came across just on my own that she just did Shannon Sharpe's Shay Shay podcast, and he's got a top podcast, dude. He gets good people. Like Shannon Sharpe's kicking ass on his pod, and I like Shannon Sharpe's podcast. Now he basically kissed her ass, and I expected that of him.
Yeah.
That's who But they didn't promote it. Why wouldn't you promote it? Now here's the thing:
There you go.
She did better. She did better on his podcast than any other interview that I've seen her do.
Okay.
Any other interview.
A little bit of positivity in there. I like it.
Yeah, I'll give her credit where it's deserved. She repeated a lot of the same shit that she does other places and things like that. She gave a little bit policy-wise, not much, and he wasn't going to challenge her on any of it. But you did get a little more sense, not the way you would want, but a little more of who she is,
Gotcha.
which is what Rogan wanted to do, was just have a conversation. Who the fuck are you? You know?
Yeah.
That didn't quite happen, but again, it was better than any other interview that she's done. But for them, why wouldn't you be promoting that? Or that he was going to do the show? Like I said, he's got a top podcast, dude.
I mean, he's pretty well known around the whole internet thing.
Well,
I mean, it got if they did no publicity on it, it got over 1 mil in a day. So, I mean, could you imagine the amount of views it would have got if they just
and I watched the whole thing,
said
dude.
something?
How many liberals you think watched Rogan's interview?
Oh, I would have to say a lot.
You think liberals did?
The only reason why is because Joe Rogan's big enough to the point where people would be like, because Joe Rogan's had those interviews where he doesn't care who's in front of him. If he feels like if he needs to talk about or say something specific, he's gonna say it. And I think a lot of fans know, and especially on that end, I feel like the curiosity, right? Not because like, oh, I'm gonna watch this to be like informed about something or blah 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 blah, but the curiosity of like, oh, what did Joe Rogan ask Trump, or how did Trump? I think they got like 10 mil within the day. it was a lot,
dude. That's huge.
It was a lot, yeah.
That's huge. And Trump's had some big things, and then one of the biggest things and some of the biggest names were at Madison Square Garden, and the Madison Square Garden rally was called a Nazi rally, I believe, by Hillary Clinton. A Nazi rally.
That's
they're calling bold. Republicans Nazis. Bold. Well, we'll get to it, but Biden today said the only garbage he sees is Trump supporters. He called Trump supporters garbage.
Biden came out and said that?
Yes, and that's in response to something that happened at the Madison Square Garden rally.
So I just want to throw this in here real quick.
Yes, please.
I did hear or read something on Twitter saying, X, where someone was saying, like, why are you guys spending so much time in New York? It's like, shouldn't you guys be spending time in swing states or something like that? And his reply was, well, from the look of it, it kind of looks like New York's a swing state. But anyway, sorry. I just thought that was funny that.
Yeah, I don't think a Republican has probably gotten New York. I don't even think Bush did. Probably Reagan. Yeah, but who was the last president to win New York in an election? Not the last president, last Republican president. It's got to be. Oops. Breaking my pen.
Snap.
Yeah. Playing with it.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, see, look, Reagan.
In 84.
Yep.
That is crazy.
And 80.
Huh.
Yes, that's a long time, dude.
It's
a long time.
Especially because
I hate to see it and say it's a long time, but it is.
But that's crazy, especially because of how cultural New York is.
Mm-hmm.
Like that shift is that's pretty big for like the culture wise, at least. I don't know how many like people are like that into the politics with the liberal side or whatever, but like,
yeah, look at that. That presidential voting history.
That is crazy. That's a long time. But anyways, you were saying about New York.
That's 12 elections, 2 of the last 12, but none since 84. That's crazy. But yeah, like I think that's respect. Trump showing respect. He's not saying to anybody you're not important, or any group that you're not important, regardless of what these, what fucking
say that
are saying. It's absolutely crazy. And so a bunch of, I think Dana was there, right? At Madison Square Garden.
Dana White.
Hulk Hogan was there.
Oh, you're right. Actually,
yes, Hulk Hogan was there.
You're right.
And all these people are before the main speaker. And one of the comedians that was at the Tom Brady roast, was
Tony.
it Hinchcliffe is his last name, but
Tony.
He's known by Kill Tony. That's the name of his podcast, right? Kill Tony is the name of the podcast. And, you know, he did pretty good, I thought, on the Tom Brady thing. I wasn't super familiar with him, but they had him there because Republicans know how to take a joke. And he made a joke about Puerto Rico.
Mm-hmm.
And people have been flipping out ever since. You might have seen on your social media people posting, I stand with Puerto Rico. And Dude, I didn't get the joke. Okay, the joke didn't go over well, for one. And you could tell, and we'll show it to you. But just the way people were reacting and knowing liberals, I knew something wasn't right. I knew, and I'm like, none of you motherfuckers watched the rally. So you don't know. You're just going by and making up this shit. Article. Now it's the racist. You know, comedians can't be racist too. You know, they don't get a special pass. No, they kind of do.
Yeah.
They kind of do.
Yeah.
You know, and if you're going to do that, you should leave nobody off limits. That's the best way to do it. Nobody's off limits.
I agree.
Now, I never got upset when Richard Pryor or anybody like that, you know, would do, like, they would have a black comedian would have like a white voice that they would do. They would do this voice that, you know,
it imitates a white person.
Yeah. And it was funny. Yeah. We laughed. It was funny. And that's the whole point of it. And so let's just go back. He made a good Mexican joke too. I'm just gonna Latino joke. So let's go. We'll just play those parts for you. If you want to see his whole thing and have the whole entire context, it's like 15 minutes long. If you just want to see the Kill Tony guy, well, don't even Google it. Go to YouTube. YouTube it. It's way the fuck easier. Okay,
you're not even wrong.
No. All right, let's play it. This is pretty good.
Demented cities, one of the greatest downfalls I've ever seen, and that is where the other candidate worked for 2 decades, and it's absolutely wild to see. And in Texas, stuff is really, really crazy. We're right there by a wide open border. Where are my proud Latinos at tonight? You guys see what I mean? It's wide open. There's so many of them. It's absolutely incredible.
The smirk.
Believe it or not, people, I welcome migrants to the United States of America with open arms. And by open arms, I mean like this. It's wild. And these Latinos, they love making babies, too. Just know that. They do. They do. There's no pulling out. They don't do that. They come inside, just like they did to our country.
Of course. They're Catholics.
Republicans of course. Party with a good sense of
we don't believe in all that.
humor. Free speech is under attack, people. I host a show, and each week I get updates what words we're allowed to use and not use anymore. It's happening right now the past few years. It's a real thing. And, you know, used to be able to tell people to Google stuff. My mom's a boomer in the state of Ohio, and there's no convincing her of anything. She's eating the cats. She's eating the dogs. They're eating the pets up there. It is absolutely wild times. It really, really is. And, you know, there's a lot going on. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but there's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. Yeah. I think it's called Puerto Rico. Okay.
So you can hear like,
oh, yeah.
We're getting there. Now, again, normally I don't follow the national anthem, everybody. This isn't exactly a perfect comedy setup. There's some people here. All right. Very good. I like it. I have other policies that I think it should be.
All right, let's stop right there for a minute. So here's the thing. I didn't get the joke. And the reason I didn't get the joke Well, I've said this over and over. I've said it for a long time, and anybody that knows comedy will tell you this. There's got to be truth to it.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons I'm very good on social media. If somebody comes at me, I'm very good at knocking them back if I have access. But when they have a closed account and I don't have access to shit, I can't do as well.
Yeah.
If I have access to your shit, I'm going to find something and I'm going to burn you back if you fucking come at me, right? I'm really, really good at that because I'm going to find something that's true. Okay. And then it's funny. Then that works. Well, here we have a comedian who did use truth.
Yeah.
He absolutely used truth. And I had to look it up for myself. And I finally did. Just fucking talk about Google. Just fucking Google Puerto Rico and garbage or landfills. Their landfills are pretty like full. Like I found an article that I posted on my Facebook, if y'all want to check that out, that's like 2021, where it's called a crisis, a garbage crisis. Yeah, look at this. This is why he said it. He wasn't, you know, he was highlighting a problem. This is a problem. You know, Puerto Rico is an American territory. They get to vote in the election. We should be doing more to help these people. This is not cool, dude. But think about it. Like, and everybody turned it that it was racist. Like he was saying something about, he didn't say shit about fucking Puerto Rico people. He talked about a garbage island, and it is. What year is this that you pulled up?
I believe it's pretty recent, 2024, because they were
Yeah,
talking about the
okay.
Kill Tony thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, yesterday. Or sorry, today. Published today.
Well, at least somebody is doing, like, who is this? What article the fuck is this?
The Black Star News.
The Black Star News. Are you kidding me? It's not the Washington Post. It's not the New York Times, the LA Times, the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, right? It's none of our big fucking newspapers.
No.
It takes the black fucking what?
The BlackStarNews.com.
It takes the Black Star News to actually report accurately what was said and what was meant by it.
It looks like none of the big news report that, like, they haven't.
Oh no, dude, they're still going on like he's a fucking racist, dude.
Oh yeah, they're too busy. They're too busy occupied on other things.
He's not a racist.
Handing out.
I'm not a racist. I'm so sick of the. You know what? They've used the racist card well beyond, and then the Democrats are making the same mistake they made in 2016.
Okay.
Not 2020, 2016. You keep going with shit that hasn't worked and is not going to work. Okay? You can't call me names or shame me into voting for Kamala Harris. It's never going to happen. But what you can do is you could piss a whole lot of motherfuckers off. You can actually push people who maybe were not that excited about voting for Trump, but are more excited now because they're tired of your fucking shit. And Andy Frisella, let me say this too. I think Andy and I are in the same camp when it comes to, look, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to tell you something that's going to happen. I'm going to make a prediction about the election.
Ooh, we like these.
Yeah. So Trump's going to win the election, as I said. And it's not going to be close.
Okay.
I don't know if it's going to happen election night.
Mm-hmm.
But within 3 days of the election, we are going to have Antifa protests and others in cities, and they're going to try to set them on fire again. And when Trump talked about the enemy within and using our military, I hope he was talking about that. Because how dare we allow any motherfucker from any side of the aisle? If we lose, do you really think Republicans are going to go into the streets of Minneapolis and burn down the fucking corner stores? It's not going to happen.
No.
It's not going to happen, dude.
No.
Do you know why? Because we have jobs to wake up to the next fucking morning. That's why. It's just not going to happen. But I do hope there are, what was the name of the kid that had the gun that got off? Same as the road that we have out here.
The road?
Yeah. If you leave my house.
On this one is the
Why can't it?
I can't think. Gary?
No, the other one. Straight. Go straight. The kid.
Wow.
And the kid that had the AR. That shot people. Oh, fuck. This is so embarrassing.
Combs?
No,
Gary.
something house.
Rittenhouse.
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 Isn't that the kid's name, right? Rittenhouse is the name of the kid's name. It was the kid's name. Yeah, Kyle Rittenhouse. See?
I did not know that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Same as the road. That's why I tried to give you a clue to help me out here.
Oh, my brain was not quick enough. It was not quick enough.
But no,
man.
like he went to defend the city.
Really?
Yeah. And there were people that did that. That there were people with guns on top of buildings to protect certain buildings because of the looters and the burning that was going on.
Oh.
Yes. Okay. You know what? I hope there's some Americans that do that because I'd volunteer to do that.
To protect? Yeah.
Yeah, I'd volunteer. Can I, invite me down to Phoenix if they pull that shit in Phoenix. I got some guns.
Yeah, Phoenix would be that would be fucking crazy. I'll be honest with you.
It may be, dude, but we cannot. Look, I think it's the job of the government to do that.
To protect? Yeah.
Yeah, first of all, the police, and if they can't do it, that's what the fucking National Guard is for, dude.
I mean,
the National Guard, that's their main
That's their
job, dude.
Yeah.
Because my dad was in the National Guard.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my dad, that was pretty smart, actually. During Vietnam, he enlisted.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
and did his Army basic training, and then was in the National Guard, and he was on top of a prison during a prison riot with rubber bullets, scared as fuck. Is the story he told
I
me.
can imagine.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
right.
A whole riot.
Yeah, that's crazy shit.
You don't know,
but
what
pretty
comes out of
smart.
it.
Now you could probably get deployed, but it was less likely.
Yeah.
But so it was a pretty smart move. If you don't want to die.
Especially with what's
Just
going
saying.
on. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
So,
But about the whole.
but that's
defending-
what the National Guard is for shit like that. And the National Guard, like, what did it take? Like 4 days before the National Guard was called out in Indianapolis or in Minneapolis by walls. Dude, we cannot allow that stuff. And in fact, I don't understand why that planning's not being done now in certain places. Okay. I'm telling you, there's going to be riots, dude. If Trump wins, that's going to be their peaceful they never peacefully protest. Ever.
Never.
They never peacefully protest.
I always find that really funny how people are like peacefully protesting, and by the end of it, people are like throwing stones and all this random stuff. Like,
dude, that summer, more cops were hurt than were hurt on January 6th. So I don't even want to hear that motherfucking shit.
I mean, the whole January. I don't remember what episode that was, but the whole was.
I'm over it.
Yeah, no, I agree. No, yeah,
we're over it, and we just can't. We can't allow that. And I think I heard Andy Frisella's kind of saying the same thing. We kind of need to, if they're not going to do it, somebody has to.
No, yeah, someone has. Someone has to.
Somebody has to.
Yeah, someone will do it.
And I'm over this shit. You don't get to burn down our motherfucking country.
For what reason?
Disagree all you want, okay? I was willing to take this revolution and battle to one place first, and that's the ballot box.
Yeah.
Okay. But if that don't work for you motherfuckers and you want to meet somewhere else, I'm down. I'm seriously.
Let me know when and where.
Yeah. I'm just over it. And I know I'm not the only one. I think I'm speaking for a few motherfuckers out there that we're just fucking tired of it.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be a badass.
No, but it's depressing to see. It is so depressing to see stuff like that. Like, I don't know, as a human being, right? Like what leads you down the path of, destruction is going to help us solve this issue? Like,
what do you think you're going to do? Oh, please don't do that. We'll kick Trump out if you stop burning shit down. No, motherfucker.
What is that going to resolve?
You don't get to do that shit.
No, it's so childish. It is really one of the most childish things we can do. Like it doesn't solve any issue. Like it's just causing more problems. It's going to cause a shift in the mentality of the people. Like it's not a thing to do. No, I I disagree with all that.
Yes. It's good.
But one thing that I did want your opinion on,
sure.
since we're on the whole MAGA situation.
Yeah, sure.
As you know, I'm a Niners fan.
Yeah.
And
I watched the game.
yeah,
It was a good game.
It was a really good game. A little scary. I'm not gonna lie. As a Niners fan, I was a little shaken.
Brock Purdy, hang in there again, man. I still love the kid.
Oh man, as much shit as I give Purdy, he's doing his job, and that's all we can ask.
How about stop dropping some fucking passes?
That'd be really nice,
dude. He put some passes in there, and he had to be like, "Come on, man, hang on."
Passes and the flags. We need to figure that out. But anyways,
yes.
Towards the end of the game, they were doing an interview with
at
Purdy.
the end of the game,
and then we had Nick Bosa that came back with the hat on and said American great again. And I've seen nothing but hatred towards this man for wearing a hat, because the whole thing that happened with Kaepernick a few years back, and
right,
blah 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 blah. So now people are like, where do you sit with that? Like, because you have people over here like, oh, are they gonna fine him? And I mean,
fine him?
Yeah,
he's not allowed to wear that hat after the game.
That's what people are saying. People are really up in this uproar.
He can't fine him for that. Now, if he wore it on the sideline during the game, you're probably not allowed to do that. The NFL has super strict uniform rules. Yep. Like incredibly strict. Like if your shirt comes out, you better be tucking that motherfucker in, or somebody's tucking it in, because it's not like college, dude. They don't let you run around with your socks down around your ankles, okay? There's a reason they all look perfect out there, with their uniform wise, okay? It's because the NFL does require it, and they will fine people for that bullshit, right? And so sideline, no. He couldn't do that. Now, after the game, can he put it on? Well, I don't think there's a rule for that. I'm sure he could, or at his locker or whatever. Now, I did see where, he was asked about it, and he basically said he wasn't really going to talk about it. He thought it was important times. And, I don't know what more he really needs to say. I think he let his feelings be known by wearing it. And, does he really need to champion it? Huh?
But do you think it's like such a big issue that people are making it, right? Because, like recently you've had a lot of like influencers, YouTubers, blah, 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 like commit to like a certain party, right? Like they're supporting either left or right, blah, blah, blah. And the people are getting really upset the fact that these people, these influencers that they follow and they like have some sort of like connection with them, are now being vocal about who they're like politically like following, and people are really getting upset about stuff like this. Like,
well, here's the thing. I think I support people's rights to be idiots, to have whatever fucking opinion they have. I'm full on, as I've said, as far as free speech goes and speech you don't like, I think it's absolutely stupid to reference. You're just going to piss people off. I think
like knowing what position.
Well, I'm trying to talk about the Hitler thing.
Okay.
That I think when you equate Trump with Hitler and someone who killed, I don't know what the number was, 7 million Jews.
It was a lot of people.
Off the top of my head, it was a lot.
A lot.
Okay. I think you really are making light of how terrible that really was. You can think Trump's a bad person, bad morally. Okay. He's not. Deporting people is nothing like killing them.
It's not the same.
It's not. And first focus is what? Deporting illegals that are in this country that have either committed a crime here or that we know have committed a crime from the country they came from.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's the focus. Get the bad ones out first. The ones that are causing all the problems.
Yeah. Nice and
okay.
simple.
We got enough Americans causing fucking problems. We don't need to import this shit. All right?
Yeah.
That's all we're talking about here. So I don't have a problem with it. I think it's crazy that people make a big deal out of it. Just like I think it's crazy that they're making a big deal out of the Madison Square Garden rally and the things they're saying about that and the people there. So what? So is Dr. Phil a racist now too? Because Dr. Phil is full on Trump, right?
Have you seen
Dr. Phil?
Yeah.
Dr. Phil's, dude, he's well spoken. Like you're not.
I love it.
It's
I
like
love it.
fuck you, people.
Yeah.
Look, so I even posted on pull up my Facebook.
Yeah.
Because I had a chick from back in Toledo come at me. She didn't exactly share a Facebook with her husband, but he was on her Facebook, like doing lives and stuff. Like, who does that? Like, why wouldn't you have your own Facebook, dude? Oh, did you see that too? We got to come back to that. Look, the play's already started and he was fucking around. And he's the guy that ended up tipping the ball. Yes, he had to apologize. He wasn't even ready for the start of the play. He was taunting the Redskins fans.
That's karma.
Dude, if that isn't karma. Yeah, the karma is a motherfucker, man. See, now this is how we get distracted.
Yep. Let's move on.
Go. All right, so just hold that there. Now on the left, pull that down a little bit. On the left, the pictures and stuff.
This
You have
one
it. No. Go back where you were. The left.
This over here.
Yes, bring that down. Go down. Okay, now you see a picture there. That's my dad and his girlfriend. That's my dad, Jerry, and his girlfriend, Paula.
That's dope.
And I know, I sent them MAGA shirts, and they love it more. Sent me a picture. So I made a post about that. Okay? Yeah. So I made a post about that. And this chick who's a nutball, like, hates Trump, came on my page and started talking shit at like 7 o'clock in the fucking morning, dude. I'm not kidding. Yeah, like was just shitting all over like my thing, like fuck Trump, fuck you. Like, I don't get to say that shit. If I say fuck you, you don't even have to report me. It automatically comes after me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now you can go back and see. So what I told her and then she did. Then I made a post on like what's been going on in my life.
Okay.
You know, kind of what we talked about the last podcast and the shit that's been going on and the shit I've been through, right? Well, yeah. So she shit on this post and basically said, you know, at the end I said, I'm a beast and gone with you, beast. Like she wants to see me dead. I'm not kidding, dude. So that's for the shirt or because of my support for Trump.
This whole thing is about your health.
Well, the whole thing is about everything I've gone through this year and how I'm really proud of myself about how I've handled it.
And the only thing she pulled out was Trump.
Dude, the post has nothing to do with Trump even. She was that fucking triggered, dude. Oh my
God. Have you seen the video of, I forget where it was, but there's some Trump supporters at the rally or whatever. And there's this like younger lady that starts just yelling at
the
this
little kid. Yes, I saw it.
How ignorant do you have to be?
Dude, and they call us unhinged.
Bro, what?
We're not unhinged, but they are.
What the fuck is that?
And another thing, me with my black Make America Great Again hat. Do you know who else is wearing this hat now?
Who?
Elon Musk. Yeah, he calls himself like Dark MAGA now.
Dark MAGA.
Yeah, he's like a Dark MAGA hero. Okay, now go to the bitches like where I post. So I even said this to her. In all the shit she's telling me, I'm like, you know what's going to happen here, bitch, is I'm going to take all this shit and post it because this is good content.
Yeah.
Okay? Like, I'm going to embarrass you because you're just embarrassing yourself. Now, go look. So this is how she started out. Fuck MAGA. Bullshit. Fuck you. Dude, I don't have feelings. How many times I got to tell people, you can't hurt my feelings. I'm not like a snowflake. It isn't a thing with me. Oh, yeah, she had no class. Like, yeah.
Nothing to do with class.
Well, I said she had no class because she came on my post. Like, this is a post for my dad and his girlfriend. Oh, you see what I was trying to call her up there?
See, well, they block you out if you say that word or what?
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Yeah. You're not allowed to say that.
Yeah,
You can only say that shit in Europe, man.
Yeah, I was about to say, I watch a few European YouTubers, and they're constantly bleeping that word out.
Yeah, it actually is a bad flu. It really is.
Pure blood.
Yeah. Yeah, but see, be gone with you, beast. Like, what, you want me to die? Get the fuck out of here.
Casting an exorcism on you over here.
And I basically told her, I'm going to do this. And people say, even ask me, oh, you give her too much attention. Well,
giving me
I
attention
did give her
too.
attention.
Yeah.
Because I get people that comment then, and I get posts. I get attention on my shit. And then maybe somebody's going to see, not only that, somebody's going to see my, podcast clips that you make, and they're going to come and check out my podcast. So you know what I'm trying to do? Get attention. That's literally my job right now. My job is to get attention.
Yeah. And people are hating on you.
I don't know who in my audience knows who Gary Vee is or not.
Uh-huh.
Gary Vee basically wrote a book on it.
Really?
Yeah, that's his latest book. Pull up Gary Vee's latest book. That's what his whole latest tour and everything is about. It's the business of getting attention.
Attention.
Yeah, day trading attention. Right there it is.
Huh.
Literally the name of his book. And the dude's, social media marketing guru.
Yeah.
Like, not just a little bit. The guy is phenomenal.
For quite a few years now.
And he learned by putting in the work, by doing wine videos and shit.
Was it wine videos? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Because I remember seeing him a long
his
time ago.
dad owned a wine liquor store, and that's how he did it.
Oh, hey.
That's how he built it and learned.
Man. He's a smart man. That I will give him for sure.
Yeah, because now he's got 20 years doing it. Do you see what I mean? He started at the beginning. But building a brand, getting attention. What's the fucking goal here? Get fucking attention.
Get eyeballs on the screen. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, no, I agree.
That's what my goal is. That's what I do. That's why I post. People don't understand. I've told you, there is a reason pretty much I post everything I post. Now, sometimes I post shit just for me and for a few of my Steeler fans and stuff like that. We have a little group and we'll comment on each other's Steeler shit like that. But that's not my normal.
Plan,
MO.
Reason.
No. If I put a question up or anything, I am trying to do something.
Yeah, it's some
motivation, whatever.
Anything.
Attention for motivation, attention for diet, for health, or politics or whatever it is.
It be.
Yeah.
No,
yeah, absolutely.
I to this day I still don't understand how I don't know if people it's ignorance but people just can't get behind the idea of that people are doing certain things for a reason. They're wanting that reaction from you, but people still are here, have it. Have it.
Give it to me. Give it to me.
I gotta love the mentality of people. I don't understand it fully, but I gotta give it to them, I guess.
I don't understand. But then, so she's doing all this shit, and then after I said, I'm gonna post this, the trash took itself out.
I did.
She literally blocked herself. I didn't block her.
Yeah.
And so you know how my people are.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So my people looked her up and went and checked her out.
Real quick.
She's off her rocker, man. They yeah.
Gotta be careful when you're on this page.
Yeah.
I gotta love that though. I gotta love that.
Yeah. That's stupid. Okay, now let's go back. Let's go back to this football game. So here's the thing. I didn't see the end of this football game.
Yeah. I remember.
And the reason I didn't see the end of this football game
because it was over.
Is because it was over.
Yeah.
It was done.
It was over.
With 30 seconds left. I was watching it. I had bets on this game. I needed the Commanders to win this game. Yeah. And they give up a score with 30 seconds left. Yeah. And I'm like, fuck.
He's mad. You didn't hit
and then later I look and what the fuck happened? So I had to go back because I have YouTube TV and I have the ticket, I can go to any motherfucking game I want. I can put it anywhere it is and I can see whatever I want. And then you know what I do during the week?
Mm-hmm.
I watch other games that I already know the score of.
Gotcha.
That's how much I love football.
You love it.
And Dawn, she don't mind either. We'll do that. Yeah. So this was great. And to see this, and then to find out this happened, this fool running around. This is like, I used to do a segment that like Andy Frisella does now and other people stole from me years ago in radio. I used to do Dumbass News of the Day. And I used to have this aggregate website that I wish I could find it again if it was still out there. It would take headlines and bring all kinds of stories in and stuff. And so I would find a lot of my dumbass news there. And a lot of it happened in Tennessee. I can't tell you why. No, it did. Seriously, dumb, like, and just dumb stories of criminals getting stuck in roofs and chimneys or just dumb shit, you know? Yeah, but I like doing it because I was allowed to actually say dumbass on the radio.
Like the word
because,
dumbass.
Because the radio, you had to be very, very careful about what you said. So you wouldn't get, but that was something I could actually say and didn't have to like
be a little quiet about it.
Fake it. Shit. Yeah, that was cool.
You know what's funny about this clip is because I remember seeing this clip because obviously like he throws the Hail Mary, bounces off. I did not know that he was taunting before that.
Yeah, and then this is the guy who ends up making the tip instead of knocking it down. The goal is you bring the ball down to the ground.
Yeah.
If he doesn't touch it,
it
doesn't get caught.
Yeah.
It doesn't get flipped to him.
Yep. No,
if he probably doesn't touch it at all.
The part that like really like.
And did you see the video of Caleb Williams on the sideline watching this? Yeah. Yeah, Caleb Williams was not happy. He just walked to the locker room. He was pissed. There you go. That's so funny. Do they have video? No. See, that's why I keep telling you, YouTube is better. You keep Googling it.
I'm so used to Google, man. I'm just so used to it.
Yeah, just crazy, man. Like it was a great, great game. And so you got the reaction of Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
Let's watch this.
Just instantly turned around and walks away.
Look, now he yells. Right.
Man, I feel him though. I would be so upset. Look at how much time he had. It's so crazy. Look at the look.
65 yards, dude. Almost on the nose, 65 yards.
And you know the
and he didn't even look like he made an effort launching that motherfucker, dude. How far can he throw?
The worst part, honestly though, like if you take that into account, like how, like if he just casually threw it that far, like no. But I think it's like hilarious that like he's the only person that decided not to go to the ball. Look at how many people are going up for the ball, and he's the IQ to just take one step back. Just take one step back. That's really impressive to me. But yeah, I just thought it. He just instantly just turns around. It's the best part. Just walks away.
That's so good, man. Good for them.
Honestly, though.
Honestly, man, they've sucked for a while, so good for them.
No, because honestly, like it was funny at the beginning of the season how we were like, and the Commanders are still winning for some reason, and now we're like, you know what?
They're pretty good. They're pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
And the Bears have gotten better. They're not as bad as they were, and really, you know, by all accounts, probably should have won this game, but shit happens, man.
Unfortunately, shit does
happen.
It's
the NFL. And that's what I said to somebody who, a friend, colleague, one of my guys in New Jersey, who is a Giants fan. He said, you know, he was messaging me before the game like it was going to be an easy win and stuff. I don't take that shit for granted. I was hoping it was going to be easy, but it wasn't an easy win for the Steelers on Monday Night Football. But it's kind of crazy that Mike Tomlin is 22-0 on Monday Night Football.
Really?
It's a record, dude.
I know that was
22-0.
That's a crazy.
You do not want us on Monday Night Football. You sure the fuck don't want us in Pittsburgh.
That's always such an interesting. Like I always love statistics for that reason, right? Like who was the person to be like, oh, you know what? We should start recording every time they play on a Monday.
They
like every little detail.
And it's so much easier to search too. That's the other thing, you know. And it's only going to get easier and easier with AI. I'm not flipping out about AI like everybody else is now. Like, oh my God. Like, no. Dude, it's gonna be okay.
I think
It's gonna be okay.
It'll be okay as
It's
long
just gonna
as
change everything. You just have to be ready for change.
it's gonna happen, no matter what. Whether we decide we want it or not, it's gonna happen. There, that has already been.
Well, I saw a
established.
thing. We're seeing AI things. We don't even know it's AI.
Yeah.
Because we don't know.
Yeah.
We're not in the loop.
It got to the point where it's
There was something that I saw during a game, and the players and it all of a sudden turned them all into like cartoon characters, kind of. And I'm like, the only way to do that,
AI.
AI.
Yeah. Because they can do it,
and they
like
could
that.
do. Yes, that's my point with it. Yeah, they could do. And I'm not into it, but look at where video games have come from when I was a kid to where they are now. What the fuck you gonna do with video games with AI? Look at how realistic that shit is now. It's gonna look like real motherfucking life. You're not gonna be able to. There's gonna be no cartoon essence of it at all. It's gonna be legit.
Well, that's
right?
one of the big problems of AI. Is that
Why is that a problem?
Well, because I don't know. You know how a few episodes ago I mentioned to you WALL-E, the movie WALL-E.
Well, yeah, you probably did.
So the whole concept of WALL-E, right, is that people got too comfortable with the whole AI doing everything for them.
Okay.
So we then become as a human species, we no longer become people. We're just people that are sitting. We're basically the parasite of the AI. We now become dependent on the AI. We can no longer do anything without AI. That's the whole like thing of like it becoming to the point where we no longer.
Can't we do more?
We can do a lot. We can do a lot of beautiful stuff, but in the world we live in, a lot of greedy stuff happens and a lot of lazy people in this world, right? So as soon as we're given a situation,
well, I think they know that's going to happen.
Oh yeah,
because that's why they want that. What do they
chip.
call that income thing, where they like pay people, just pay people.
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about?
Just to have like a almost like a communism, almost like
situation.
You
just pay people.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. It's so hard to say. It you know, like because we have like our like standing on it now, right? But like we at the end of the day, we don't know. Like,
we don't know, and I don't want to assume. I don't like that. That's like you know can fuck yourself up like that.
Very quickly.
I just think that we can do some. We're gonna be able to do some really really cool shit.
I forget. Oh man, I believe it was Elon Musk that was gonna build a. Is it like a mini city or something like that? I believe somewhere
on Mars.
No, it was somewhere.
Are you sure?
Somewhere off the East Coast, I want to say.
No, he wants to build this shit on Mars.
No, that I know that because that's why he's doing the whole space.
And he wants a direct democracy on Mars. Everything's going to be direct vote. Yeah. And his whole reasoning was, and it kind of makes sense. I mean, I'm glad we can't do that here now, and I don't want to do that. But the whole reasoning is that we could never do that before because we didn't have the ability to, as far as information and everything like that, getting things to people quickly. But there's no reason that you couldn't do that now. And those that want to participate, and those that don't, right?
Yeah.
As far as votes or whatever you want done. But he called, he wants direct democracy, which would be interesting. It's interesting. Everything, dude. I'm so, like, I was never a Musk person.
Yeah.
But I'm not a Musk person just because he's supporting Trump. I'm seeing more of him because of Trump and his support. Yeah. And I like what I'm seeing. Does that make sense?
And I get what you're saying. You didn't really support Elon because you didn't really understand him or like as a person.
I didn't. Yeah, I wasn't like against him.
What he was doing.
I misunderstood, you know,
his plan of action.
How he made some of his money.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And because I am totally against crony capitalism.
Gotcha.
And most people that don't like capitalism, what they really don't like is crony capitalism, except they just don't really know the definition and they don't know what it is. In crony capitalism, it's simply putting, you know, government officials putting their finger on the scales and choosing a winner instead of letting the market decide who the winner is.
Gotcha.
And doing that stuff. And that's, you should allow competition. And they did that, like, even going back as far as, like, there were some car companies or people who tried to start some car companies. There's movies about it, to challenge Ford. And GM, you know, back in the 40s and 50s.
Bullied.
Yes, they got bullied. And, you know, so as much good as they did as far as Ford and creating the whole everything they created. They wanted protection from competition.
Yeah.
And nobody should have protection from competition. Nope. That's not who I am or what I'm about or what a real conservative should believe if you're a real conservative. But yeah, it's crony capitalism that people don't like. That's what's not fair, is picking the winners and doing that. And he hasn't done that, and he explained it when he explained Starlink, which I'm excited about now. And I'm excited actually about converting to Starlink in the next few months for my internet. Nice. Yeah, I don't know why everybody's not doing it.
Money,
you know what I'm
money.
saying? It's not that much money.
No,
it's not expensive.
I think it would cost companies more money. So they're
who the fuck them? Fuck the cable companies, dude.
They'll find something to say.
Fuck that, dude.
They'll find some reason to be like, oh, well, we can't do that yet. You gotta wait a certain amount of time.
I don't think so. I don't think there's rules about it. Like anybody could do it. It was meant for rural areas, but it's not exclusive to rural areas.
I'm gonna have to look into that.
And what are we? What am I here? Is this not rural? It's rural enough, dude.
I was about to say this is like in that one area where I don't know what category.
It's perfect, dude. And I've tried to get and pay for the best internet, and I'll be here like sometimes 2:00 in the morning. And I can't get something to fucking come up. And I got the fastest. It's like they're slowing me down. And I'm supposed to be like the rules are now that some people didn't like, that some of us pay enough where you can't slow us down. We're supposed to be in the fast lane.
Yeah.
And if you don't, maybe if you got the cheaper version, well, you're not going to be in the fast lane sometimes when they only got so much space.
Yeah.
I'm the one that gets to go, not you. Fuck you. Okay. Because that's what I want, because I'm paying for it.
Yeah, that's how it works.
And I'm paying for it, and I'm okay to pay for it. But then it's not. It sucks. See,
only $120 a month.
Yeah.
What?
And then it's the thing. It's what. Yeah. And then we get the residential one. But then, what else could we do? We could get the roaming one, and we could have our own internet access no matter where we went and what we did, doing our videos and stuff and recording, right? And take our fucking internet with us. Right? Yeah. Isn't that what that means?
Yeah. In motion use. International travel, coastal coverage.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Dude, I pay for like that shit in my vehicles.
That's what I was about to say. Like,
I wouldn't have to. I could just throw it in my trunk.
Just carry it in your pocket. How big?
Fuck, I don't know. They're not that big. They look like little
like iPads?
No, the little tiny drones. They look like the drones, man. Look at how big. This is a little thing. Take that fucking shit anywhere, man. And I think they're anywhere from like, maybe like if you look them up, just go to like Amazon and look up Starlink. I probably like $200 to $400. See what I'm saying? You can buy whatever you want. You can buy cheaper ones. You can buy more expensive ones. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to buy the most expensive whatever motherfucker they got. See, there's generic. That's like $450. SpaceX Gen 3. What's the latest best?
Got one for
Seaview. Think about that, man. That's cool as fuck, man. $1,000 and you like no matter where you're at on your boat, you're going to have internet service. That's cool shit, dude.
Availability. Now this I'm curious about. It's available everywhere.
See what I said?
There's one little spot, the southern part of Arizona, you wouldn't be able to get it.
That's stupid.
I mean, basically, as long as you're in North America.
And what are those other countries just not allowing it?
I'm not quite sure. Maybe
it figures. Venezuela.
I mean, yeah, Cuba,
the communist countries.
Okay, so I mean, a good portion about
yeah.
Huh.
Well, look, all I care about is here and having the best I can have here.
And then you got
Russia
know what I mean? Completely blacked out.
$120 a month. Like I'm paying that now.
That's what I was about to say. Like that's what I'm like almost paying.
And I paid. I bought my own little like router shit.
Yeah, to have your own like higher speed internet.
But then do you need the router still? You don't need the router then, right?
No,
Or
because you have just the
Starlink.
Huh.
Yeah.
Man, the more we look into it, the more
I'm telling you. The guy's a motherfucking genius, man. I love this shit.
You can't fight that. Like, he is a genius. There's a lot of stuff he has on sale here. That's interesting. You can get a model of us. I'm getting too deep into this. Sorry.
We're going down a rabbit hole. We're going down a rabbit hole.
Let me just stop.
So, like, yeah, you gonna help if I get that stuff? You like?
Oh yeah. I mean, I'll look into it. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's do that. That's cool. I'm like that. So, I just want to finish with this. Like, the whole Nazi rally shit. Like, we don't care. We're at the end here. They're trying to pull out every lie and stop and everything they can say. And it's just not going to work.
No.
It's not. Our concern now should be for a fair election as much as we can trust it.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Well, if you've looked, here's except in like one of the states that is a swing state, I think more Republicans have voted early in every swing state but one. Dude, that shit don't happen. Do you know what I'm saying? The Republicans, unbeknownst to most Republicans, there's things going on out there to bring people to get their votes. To get their votes in, and people who normally didn't vote, and there's a whole plan that was done, and I don't think we thought Trump and his team was going to be able to do that, but some other people came in and teamed up with Trump, and look at what I'm talking about, right there, right? Oh, is that the polls?
Yeah, I just pulled up the current polls. Yeah, I was just curious as to like what currently they're saying.
Well. The polls for one, and then when you take into consideration that Republicans are voting early in larger numbers than they ever have before, we're excited about voting for our candidate. That's the bottom line. Where's New York on there?
New York has a really 57-39 currently.
Yeah.
Yeah, but again, when you go back and say fair election, it's kind of,
I know,
and
it's already not fair. It's already not fair because we know that how they've been censoring social media again. Okay, and that should never be the case. And the oops, I'm sorry, when you Google something and we had a glitch, no, fuck your glitch. We're not stupid. Well, right. Well, so I really think the major concern should be at this point that I haven't heard anybody really talking about, and that is that when Trump wins, they're going to riot. It's not a matter of if they riot, it's when. How soon after the election, and how soon will Kamala Harris, because they're not going to want to, they're going to hold off. But at some point, the major media outlets are going to, and they're in competition with each other of who calls what race in what state, right?
Yeah.
And somebody's going to want to call the race. And then they're going to get down to the last few states and they're going to be like, oh, fuck. And then they're going to have to call it for Trump. And how soon after the major media outlets, we'll just go with the 4. Okay. We'll throw CNN with ABC, NBC, CBS.
Yeah.
Okay. And Fox. We'll say 5. Okay. With those 5, after all 5 of those call it, how soon will she concede? Or will she do what they're accusing Trump of and not concede? That Trump wouldn't concede. I think she'll actually concede.
She's more likely to concede.
I
than
think
someone
so.
like Trump. No, 100%.
I think so. But how soon and when? And then after that, how soon after that do the riots start?
That is a great question, honestly.
It's not going to be the night of the election.
Mm-hmm.
Will it be the night after the election or 2 nights after the election?
When is the election? It's on a third?
The 5th.
Do you think the day of the week will come into play?
No. Dude, those motherfuckers don't care.
Yeah, you're not even wrong. I mean, it would have to happen within the week, right?
I would say they will start gathering steam because, look, they're planning it now, okay? Because they know they're going to lose. There are people that are planning it now because there's people that pay for that shit, dude.
Yeah.
It's been shown and proven before. So those people that gather that shit up, they're already putting out the world, hey, if we lose, we're going to gather here. And when those messages are going out.
So do you think it happens in specific states or is it like
Oh, of course.
Yeah, there's like
Of course, no, it's going to happen in the cities, the big cities.
The bigger ones.
You know, I mean, I'm not saying it never happens in like Columbus, Ohio.
But there's no reason for it.
But it's not normally there or even Cincinnati. You don't hear it there.
Because people know each other.
Yeah. I don't know about Detroit. You know what I know about New York. I know about LA. I know about Atlanta. I know about Chicago. I know about Minneapolis. I know about Portland. I know where they've already done it in the past. And that's the same place they will do it again. And I want to know, as an American citizen, and I think I have a right to know, what are our officials doing to prepare for that? Why wouldn't you prepare for that?
Especially with how chaotic the election has already been going.
You should be preparing for it. If you believe all the stupid shit you want to believe about January 6th, well, you should be expecting Trump to lose, and you should be expecting January 6th all over the country. So you should be preparing anyways.
I guess that's where.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Where one of my questions was coming from.
But that's not going to happen.
Because we went through the whole January 6th thing, right? Where the FBI was some sort of, again, they were not FBI workers, but informants or whatever you want to call them.
Yeah, informants.
So do you think something like that is because, again, it was brought to light, and I'm not sure if it's been set on paper whether yes or no, blah 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 blah. Because I know they said that
it's out there. They just don't have all the answers.
They held part of it. So do you think something like that gets kind of that?
I think they're always involved in that.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
But do you think?
I believe our government is involved in that shit.
Do you think when Trump wins, do you think there's going to be more of like a uprising in specific areas? Do you think more or like? Do you think
Washington D.C., New York, Atlanta, That's where we've seen it before. Where you're going to see it again.
So you as a pedestrian, you understand that you're seeing like something like this going to happen. So do you think they are at this point in time like taking precautions?
I don't know.
What do you think? I guess I should ask. Knowing the government and knowing how they kind of go about things, do you think they will have the precautions for something like this to happen, or do they just assume that the American people will be?
I don't think they're doing that now. Because I think if you were doing that now,
it would have shown by now.
Well, okay, if I'm the fucking governor of Oregon, okay, and they took police stations over, they designated it as like a no-go zone in parts of Portland, okay, that they said it was pure anarchy. You can't come in here with the cops. You can't come in here with any type of, or you had to get permission to come in if you were a first aid worker, like medic and shit like that to help people. Yeah, like I would not allow that. I would be calling up my National Guard to prepare them, and I would have them seated and ready in areas to make sure that it didn't happen. We're going to shut this down.
A little bit of
you're not going to be able to. No, you don't. I'm for peaceful. No, you don't get to protest here.
So let me ask you another question. Hypothetically, Kamala wins.
Yeah.
Zero riot. Zero at all. Do you think that's
zero?
Zero at all.
Zero. I'm 100% sure. Because who's going to riot?
Well, I'm assuming if Kamala were to win, there'd be some sort of controversy.
Look, see, maybe so. But look, Again, January 6th happened where?
In Washington.
In Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
Okay, one place. We don't do that shit, dude. When's the last time some Nazi group, because we're Nazis, okay?
Yeah.
So when's the last time some white supremacist group, some Nazi group, some Klan group, okay, peacefully protested and shut down a highway in Chicago? Tell me when that happened.
I couldn't tell you.
You know why?
Why is that?
Because it didn't happen. It didn't fucking happen, dude.
Yeah. I mean,
so if they're not going to do it, who else is going to do it?
Yeah. No, that's a good point.
We disavow them. That we're like this. Oh, that's the number one reason I'm ready for this election to be over is because of the racial shit. I'm so sick of that racial bullshit in the media because I don't experience that shit in my personal life, dude. I don't. I experience the exact opposite of that. The exact opposite. I got love for, and I don't, I used to say, I don't refer to my black brothers as my black brothers. They're just my brothers, man.
Yeah.
That's all it is. That's just not me, who I am, what I'm about. And I wouldn't support it or someone who did.
Yeah.
But they say we do because Trump is. So if you support him, you are too.
We'll just group everyone
and
together.
It's just, yep. And now we're garbage. According to the president, the current president, who's a senile fucking old man, who shouldn't even be president, shouldn't even be in the office.
Yeah.
And that's where you motherfuckers made a mistake.
Continuing to make a mistake.
Well, dude, look.
Still doing it.
Dude, I think it would have been easier for Kamala Harris to win the presidency from the president's seat.
Yes.
Which is what I said should have happened. Even though I didn't want it to happen, it was the right thing to happen. It is not the right thing to have this fucking idiot, because I don't know if you heard what else is going on, but North Korea sent troops to Russia to fight against Ukraine. Did you know that?
That is not a good sign. North Korea getting involved?
Uh-huh.
Yikes.
Shit's expanding there, bro. Do you see what I'm saying? We need to get Trump in there as quick as possible to end this shit. Because that's what he said. Trump said he would end the Russia-Ukraine war.
The Joe Rogan podcast, I remember him saying.
Well, he said it before that, but he said it during the podcast. Yeah. He would end it beforehand. And because you know what he'll do that we haven't done? He'll tell Zelensky privately. He won't do it publicly because you can't say it publicly.
Nope.
But privately, he could tell him, "I'm going to cut you off, motherfucker.
Yeah.
The funds, it stops here. So make your deal. Don't make me come out, because if I come out and say it, you're going to be in a weaker position, and that's not the position you want to negotiate from. You can keep most of your country, but not all of it." No, that's what is going to happen, dude. I'm telling you exactly what's going to happen.
Well, I remember watching the podcast. He was like, "I know exactly what I would say to this side. I know exactly what I would say to this side."
And he can't say, and he didn't say, he wasn't trying to skirt the issues. I can't say what I'm going to say to both sides, because if I tell you, then I can't say it.
Exactly. Yeah, I remember that part specifically stuck in my brain when he was like, "Yeah, I can't really."
Those are some badass guns, man. What the fuck is that? What are those motherfuckers holding on to?
Like an AK, but like a cylinder round?
Yeah, what the fuck should they shoot from that, dude?
Oh, I forget that Washington Post, you have to pay. Crazy.
Yeah, fuck that. But seriously, man, I'm telling you.
That's honestly
But
pretty
you
scary,
know why this is, why is this happening? Because we have no leadership now, dude. We have no leadership whatsoever.
10,000 troops.
And who else? Who else? Fuck NATO. But what other NATO country? We're NATO. We are literally NATO.
We'll involve the Britons just so they can feel something.
Well, but if we don't do it, I don't see them standing up saying anything. I don't see them saying Putin needs to back down or doing it. Where are these motherfuckers to say anything? They're not saying shit. It's all on us. And our guy's out to fucking lunch, man. Really,
No,
he
you're
should
wrong.
be. He should be in line in the fucking cafeteria at the old folks' home, man.
You know, honestly, when the other day when you told me that he was like he went to go speak in front of people, I was surprised they let that man speak in front in
They
public.
shouldn't. It's dumb as fuck, dude.
As soon as he started putting out pictures that Biden was sitting on the beach and just relax, they should have just kept it there. Just leave him keep the image of that he's just, you know, enjoying his time. They should have just kept it that way and let Kamala just take over. Even like,
dude, he should have resigned and let her take over.
It's honestly
and
sad to see.
And that she would have had a better chance of winning.
If it would have,
I'm glad they didn't do that, but I'm also not glad that we don't have somebody in fucking charge right now. Literally, nobody is in charge.
It's a little scary.
Nobody's
as an
in charge.
It's kind of scary to understand that your country doesn't have a leader.
Dude, you can never not have somebody who isn't prepared to put a finger on a button.
Especially,
and I'm not advocating like nuclear war, but I'm saying you can't have somebody that's not in a position to do whatever you need to do to protect this country.
Because like even like on the Joe Rogan podcast, like they were saying, like although no one wants to do it, the option is there, and it only takes one crazy person to be like, you know what, I feel like I need to press this button right now. And if we don't have someone on our end to be able to be like some sort of like that's just, as an American, that is kind of a scary thought.
Yeah, you know,
kind of a scary thought.
It's just San Diego. We'll let them take San Diego. We're not going to fire back. We don't want to escalate it. You know, like that's the shit with when I look at how the war has been conducted
in Ukraine
with Israel.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah.
Israel is they've been brilliant at conducting the war, and I don't give a shit what anybody thinks about me saying that. They've been brilliant. And the reason they've been brilliant is they haven't listened to us. Okay? They haven't. And it just goes back to this idea that what war was it? Because it wasn't World War II. You know, in fact, I want you to Google this. How many civilians died in World War II?
Jesus Christ.
50 to 55 million, dude.
Holy.
Dude, 10 civilians are killed in an attack today, anywhere in the world, right? And people are pissing their pants about it. Like, right?
Yeah, the world's ending.
Dude, it's always been this way, dude.
It's just now media's in the way.
Now you can't. How else do you win a war if you don't take out some? I'm sorry. Wars have never been conducted like. I know they're not real and they're just movies, but there's truth to these movies, okay? And I like the Viking shit.
Hell yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. When the Vikings or even the English, when they fought, and I think the English did too, but especially the Vikings, they'd go into an English village, and what did they do?
Take everything they
could.
could.
They killed everybody. Everybody. Women, children, men, or they'd kill the men and they'd keep the women so they could use them as slaves or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Right? But that shit really happened.
But that was common, like anywhere you go in history, like that's
my point.
That's how it is. That's
my point. That's how you win.
That's how war works.
And that's how you win a war.
It's not pretty.
You got to break more of their shit and kill more of their people, or they have to believe you can.
And
that's the only where.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Dude, if that wasn't true, we wouldn't have dropped the bombs, dude.
Yeah.
We dropped the bombs because we didn't want to lose any more people. We didn't want any more people to be lost, so we bombed and killed civilians. And we'd never do that today.
No.
But how many millions of lives did we save by dropping that? People just don't want to, like...
They don't want to come to the realization that that's an actual
thing.
Dude,
we are motherfucking savages, or we were. Not long ago.
Not very long ago. Like the
Dude, this isn't even 100 years ago I'm talking about. So after World War II, you had Korea. So let's go to Korea. How many civilians died in Korea? In Korean War?
2 to 4 million estimated.
Okay. And do you know that 2 to 4 million? Let me tell you something about that 2 to 4 million. Those were all motherfucking Koreans, dude. My phone. It was not Americans. American soldiers died in the Korean War.
But civilians.
Right. But American civilians didn't die. Those were motherfucking Koreans, dude. And we didn't do well. That's when we started to not win, was Korea. And then when we really fucked up is when we put the people in Washington, and this was a big deal growing up when I was a kid, dude. People were pissed, like in the 70s, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm talking about Vietnam.
God, oh, yeah. I mean,
right?
even to this day, people
All
are
right,
still upset
now
about
do
it.
that. Now do that. How many civilians died in the Vietnam War?
As many as 2 million civilians on both sides and some 1.1 million
On both sides of what? On both sides of North and South Vietnam. Those are all Vietnamese, dude. Those aren't Americans. No American soldiers died.
Over there
and what we have, like maybe if you looked, it's probably 60, 70. How many American soldiers died in the Vietnam War? It's like 60, 70,000. See, 58. See how good I was?
Wow,
I remember shit, dude.
That's impressive.
Right? Thank you. But civilians didn't die.
No. I mean, everything was done in
unless it was like a journalist or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They put
civilians didn't die. And so somewhere after this, all of a sudden, and we are not winning. We left there with our tail between our legs, right? Let's just be honest. Nobody likes to admit it. We don't like to admit it today. And we only lost because we didn't give our people the chance to win.
Yeah.
That's all. That's all. We have the better military, we have the better guns, we have the better bombs, we have the better everything, dude.
Is that the Vietnam War? That's when they started doing like more guerrilla tactics or whatever over there, right?
Yes, dude.
Is that when it started, right?
A little bit in Korea, but Vietnam.
But Vietnam is when they were like really got into it, right? Okay,
yeah. Absolutely.
Oh man.
But then that's what I'm saying. Now, since then, now all of a sudden, it's precise bombs and not killing civilians.
Yeah. It's everything's technology
dude,
nowadays.
even in Iraq and shit, in both Iraq, dude, we would bomb shit and tell them beforehand to like get out of the building. The fuck is that? I'm serious.
No, but it sounds so funny when you say it like that. Imagine you were at war with someone and you're like, hey, just to give you a heads
tell
up,
the enemy to get out of the fucking way.
In 10 minutes from now, we're gonna stop by just to give you a heads up. Like,
yeah, dude, it's insane.
Oh man,
all of a sudden but we don't win wars anymore. And it cannot be like that, man. Walk tall with a big stick, brother, man, and hope you don't have to use it. That's the way you govern.
Yeah.
You have the best shit and hope you don't have to use it. Nobody wants to have to use it.
Fuck no. And even like
it's the best deterrent in the world, man.
Even like in nature, right? What do animals do? They're not like a lot.
We are animals.
Yeah. And like most animals defensive. It's just that it's a defensive mechanism. It's not like, oh, I'm gonna go out and kill people, right? Like even like bears or whatever, they get big. They get like it's an intimidation thing. It all starts with the intimidation. Like if you don't have the intimidation, you are allowing someone to come and attack you.
Yeah.
So like it's a whole it's all about how you're wanting to be seen.
Well, and Trump said that when he was on Rogan, when he was talking about fuck that dude. It wasn't Secretary of State. He was all gray hair. You're not gonna know who he is. It'll come to me later. But he had somebody, Bolton. Okay, look up just BOLTON.
Joshua Bolton?
John Bolton.
John Bolton.
Nope, he was already on the list, dude. No, BOLTON. There he is. Okay,
Jesus
Trump
Christ.
didn't like him, okay? And this guy is a hard neocon. This dude loves war, okay? And Trump even said to Rogan that he was still kind of useful because this guy would be behind him. And so they kind of like,
because
Trump
intimidation.
Yes, because they were intimidated because this guy wants to blow him the fuck up and Trump's trying to make a deal.
Yeah, I remember
And Trump's kind of like, you could either make a deal with me or I'm going to unleash this fucking idiot on you. Kind of a thing. He did use it.
But honestly,
yes, because Trump is smart like that, dude.
You got to use your resources.
Dude, nobody was anything like Trump was as far as negotiating and putting this shit together and doing stuff. And, you had the beginning of peace accords, with some of these countries in the Middle East and making peace with Israel. Because again, the thing that most of the countries that surrounded Israel literally believe in their religion and in just believing that Israel literally should not exist. It should not be a country. There shouldn't be a border. They shouldn't be there. Like, what the fuck did you do bringing these Jews here and giving them this land? They should not exist. And so you could never trust anything they said, because the bottom line is their ultimate goal was you should not exist.
Yeah.
Okay? Same with communism. Very, very the same. Okay? In communism, the whole idea was, this could take us 20 years, 50 years, 100 years. We don't care. But we're going to take you over because you should not exist. That was the idea. Yeah. Now, they've kind of stopped that shit. And because we did the same thing back, we were taking over shit and trying to change countries and their form of government stuff. And none of us should be doing any of that shit. Live under whatever form of government you want. And if you have a problem with it,
just stick to your own
that's
country.
fucking on you, to do. We said fuck you to the queen or king or whoever the fuck it was. And, we did our part.
Yeah.
Okay. You got to do your own. You got to do your own dirty work. We don't have to do it for you. Now, if you're doing mass genocide, that's different.
Yeah,
then somebody has to
kind of
do
have to get
it.
into it.
We cannot let anything like what happened to the Jews ever happen again.
No.
And you can say it's genocide in Palestine and in Gaza, all you want. It's war. It's war. And this isn't rounding people up and gassing them.
Exactly.
It's literally, you voted at one time for a terrorist organization to lead your little shit country or territory or whatever the fuck you want to call the shit you have over there. You voted for that shit, and then you let them come into your neighborhoods, your schools and your hospitals, and hide weapons and attack Israel from civilian places.
What were you
no
expecting?
offense.
What were you expecting? Like, come on.
That's it, dude. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I don't have, like, I've said that before, I don't have feelings for that. I don't have empathy. I don't have nothing for that. That's on you, motherfuckers.
Y'all chose.
You chose. And the bottom line is, as much as we don't want to believe like we're capable of that shit anymore, we are still savages, okay? And this is how wars... See, this is why I have this whole issue with this whole Native American Indian bullshit. Okay. Like, and this is Native American Indian land, and you should give it back. And like, fuck you, dude. We took it from them the same way they took it from other Indians. Yeah. We won. Maybe we beat you with disease or guns or whatever the fuck we beat you with to take the land, but we took it. And now you got all the fucking casinos, or a whole bunch of them anyways.
That's
okay?
A lot of benefits, actually.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you realize that, like, when I was on, so I went to the casino Saturday.
Baccarat.
Yeah, I did. And I tried to, like, access my DraftKings. Nope, can't do it.
You can't use your DraftKings?
No, because no. Do you know why? Because it's reservation land, dude. It's like being in another state or another country. They have to allow it. There's different rules for that. Like when you're in certain states, like when I was in Vegas, I couldn't do it. I don't know why. They don't allow DraftKings there.
Huh.
No shit, dude.
Vegas doesn't allow DraftKings?
Nope.
Huh.
Because somebody else must have made a deal with Vegas. You know what I mean? FanDuel probably does. You can use somebody else's. Do you see what I mean?
So it's more of a monopoly
yes,
reason. Gotcha.
Different ones can use in different states, and you have to do that. So, certain states you can't.
I thought it was like in a whole game, like
I think Michigan, I couldn't use it. So when I was in Ohio, I'd have to make my bets in Ohio before I'd cross the border into Michigan. True story.
I can only imagine you're at the state border and you're like, wait a minute, give me a second.
Yeah, I'd pull over.
I love that. I love the commitment. I really love that. Gotta respect
but
that.
Yeah, but seriously though, people act like Indians were these great peaceful people and we fucked it all up, dude.
Yeah, they were kind of savages.
What fucking history was that, dude?
I think people have a real...
Dude, so you're a tribe and I'm a tribe, and you got a lot of buffalo over in your tribe land, and
didn't even have to be buffalo.
I've eaten most of the buffalo in my little land I have over here. So guess what I'm gonna do? I'm coming and taking your fucking shit, dude.
Yeah,
that's what they did. It's not complicated.
It's human nature. I don't think people really understand how humans were built. Like we naturally, just because we're living in a society.
We are not so advanced that like war is done or savagery is done.
Hell no.
That's
we're
my
far
point.
from that. We are, as people, we need to come to the realization that we are animals.
He's
and we
short.
have.
John Bolton's 5'7".
He's 5'7". That man looks tall from the headshot. I'm not gonna lie. His face.
He's a short, angry man.
The mustache does not help him either.
No, he's a short, angry man. But yeah,
no. People need. Yeah, we're animals. We're animals. We will act like animals. The only reason we don't act like animals is because there's laws saying that we are not allowed to,
except in war.
But yeah, it's
and then look, Troy, but the Geneva Convention. Yeah, you're supposed to be wearing a fucking uniform. Terrorists don't wear uniforms.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. We need to wrap this up, man. Get me all distracted. But bottom line was riots. I hate to say it, dude. I hate to put it out there in the universe because I don't like to do that shit, dude. But I don't see anybody doing anything about it. I don't see anybody preparing. And I don't trust those motherfuckers to not riot. I don't trust them to not riot. Well, we don't trust you to not go to the Capitol. Dude, nobody's going to the Capitol this time. Like they got their hands slapped. There's motherfuckers in jail that shouldn't be in jail. That's not gonna happen. It's not. I have no
reason to believe that it's gonna happen. Yeah.
None. Again, I've given examples. We don't do that shit.
Yeah.
We just don't.
We haven't shown tendencies of it, so there's no reason why you would believe something like that to happen. So.
Or looting, because I always include looting because I always got to get free shit, right? They do.
Yeah, I mean, but I think that's just a natural people kind of thing. I don't think that.
But you don't see conservatives or Republicans peacefully protesting and then looting Louis Vuitton. We pay for our Louis Vuitton, dude.
You're not wrong though. No, but the whole looting stuff is because
it can't happen, dude.
Yeah, people take advantage of really bad times just to go loot.
And they'll do it again.
It's so disgusting,
and it is. And that's what we have. You've been listening to the Outlaw Apostle Podcast. I'm Troy Neff, your host. I'm the fucking guy.
Who knew I would make it this far? They hated, they never believed me. Yeah, I would never drop the ball. I know I make it look easy. Yeah, Mayweather with the defense. I don't care what a critic got to say. I got them picking up the pieces. That to me, you really playing with your life.